The idea of having discipline when it comes to pleasure is so important when it comes to being able to trust your partner, because basically what he was saying is like that same person who's not going to have discipline when it comes to like drinking, going out, gambling, whatever it is that brings them pleasure, if they can't discipline themselves and are like don't care about the repercussions and are always just like, okay, fine, let's go out. If they don't have that discipline, then the same thing's going to happen when they get a girl in their DMs or a girl comes up to them, because they don't know how to say no to things that make them feel good, even though there's repercussions.
Absolutely.
So when they get the girl in their DMs, obviously everybody likes to be hit up, will be less likely to discipline himself when it also comes with other women in the picture.
Chemical X.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Chemical X podcast. It's your girl, Veronica.
And your other girl, Alessia.
And if you haven't already, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave us a comment down below, and leave us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. It's a new year, so, show us some love, okay? In this new year, 2023, we want lots of comments down below.
Yes, please.
Yes. Also, not only are we sprinting into the new year, because I don't know where this year went, I'm not going to lie, but it was just my birthday.
I hope you're not expecting like a happy birthday again. Like we did it enough this weekend.
I think I got like 4 birthday songs. And like, what do you do when somebody's singing happy birthday?
Well, you run to the bathroom.
Do you like sing along with them? Like you always find yourself going like happy. And then
well,
like,
it's the worst.
It's my birthday. Like
it is the
along.
worst feeling. I have a video of, I'm sorry to make it about my birthday real quick.
That's crazy. Bad friend.
Yeah, literally. On my birthday last year, I remember being so awkward and my friends were taking videos of me. And I was just there, like, looking at the cake, like,
there's nothing you could do. Who do you look at?
And I love the attention, but, like, I'm sorry, when the song comes out, nobody loves the attention.
The birthday song is a different, like,
yeah.
You're just, like, suddenly you're a robot and you don't know how to move anymore. You don't know where to look. You don't know what to do. You're, like, staring at the cake, like,
But I also never trust the person who's, like, singing along with them. I'm like, ah! Are you really just uncomfortable right now? So you're just like, let me sing along, or do you just love your birthday?
I never know what to do. I'll always remember one year, so embarrassed. I even think I have this on video. One year it was when I was in Australia, and my office had like surprised me with a birthday cake and sang me happy birthday, and I was like standing, and I remember I didn't know what to do in the situation, so I just started twerking.
Oh my god, it's on brand. I mean, that's pretty good.
Well, who twerks to the happy birthday song? What a loser. Like, I remember being and then I was like, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, like, do we do this to this song? Like, what are you doing? Sit down. Not only, like, hey, it's one thing if it was with my friends, but like my office.
It's my office friends, like, picture twerking.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, who am I to be doing this? Like, are we there yet?
Yeah.
Like,
did you have a fun birthday?
I had a really fun
I love
birthday.
how I'm asking this. I was like, you
weren't there.
I mean, was I?
Well, you weren't.
Guys,
it was a lot of people's birthdays, not mine. I think everybody blacked out except me.
So I'm the type of person who's like, there's maybe 4 friends that I'm like, ride or die. Like, I know you want me to get wasted. I know you want me to have the best time. So
I will.
And I'm going to drink until I can't remember.
Yeah.
I wait all year for this.
Well, that's what I want.
That's what you want, and I know, because then I expect it on my birthday, So it's like, don't even think on your birthday you're on a diet or like something's going on,
Well, whatever you give me, you will receive. So you want to sit in the corner? No stress, baby girl. On your birthday, where I'm going to be on my phone in the corner.
Absolutely. So I was like, I'm getting shit-faced, and anyway, I looked at the stories the next day. It looked like a fun birthday. Did you have fun? Because I don't remember a cake coming out. I don't remember a bunch of champagne coming out. I don't even think I remember the McDonald's. I remember eating some chicken nuggets, but
I don't think you even came to the club, honestly, now that I think about it.
And guys, the next day, people are sending videos, which I hate. Like, don't do that to me. You're just fucking disrespectful. And I'm having a full-blown conversation with your sister eating chicken nuggets.
Lights on in the club.
Lights on. I'm throwing nuggets. I'm like, it's just too funny to watch yourself. You're like, who is that person having a full-blown conversation? I don't even know what I was saying. I was even trying to like zoom into like what I'm saying. I'm like, what are you saying? It's too funny to me to watch people just have a whole conversation and the next day nobody knows what they were talking
100%.
about. Like, why are you even talking? Go in the corner.
But I love documenting my night when I'm drunk, because then I can actually like look back and be like, damn, I fucking did this. Like, I'm an idiot. I don't resonate with this because I don't remember it happening, but I guess I did it. nice to know that it's here. But when you see shit like that, when you see a video of something you do not remember you did, you go, okay, what else did I do that's not on video and I don't remember?
It's crazy. It's very scary.
Very scary. Speaking of birthdays though, like I've always been kind of weird with my birthday. For a long time, like I didn't love celebrating my birthday. I always had like a lot of anxiety about it. Like I'd always like panic and like because I'm somebody I really want everyone to have a good time.
Yeah.
So like I'm so stressed about everyone having a good time that I don't have a good time and like I panic so much about it. But like over the years I've gotten more comfortable with throwing birthdays.
Yeah, you've had 2 banger birthdays.
I've had 2 banger birthdays. So this year, like I kind of did it in a way where I was like, you know what? I'm not going to worry about it too much. Like I'm going to go with what I know. I'm going to do it at a restaurant that I know what's up.
So what is a girl's best friend?
Diamonds.
After diamonds? That goes with diamonds? Jewelry.
I'm a big jewelry girl. I'm not going to lie. Earrings, rings, necklaces.
Stack them up. The more the better.
Stack them up. And I love like the little personalized things. Like I have my V on right now. And if you're also like me and you like to be jeweled up, you like to be sticking with the trends, you need to check out Every Jewels because they just know what's up. They have so many products, personalized jewelry, excuse me, just anything from personalized jewelry to cute fashion rings, necklaces, earrings. They even have phone cases, tote bags. So check them out because they have some really cute stuff and you get a discount code.
Use our discount code ChemicalX at checkout to receive 20% off your entire order. Guys, the holidays are done, but let me tell you, your girl, she's not done with the jewelry. So keep adding to cart. It's inexpensive and it's bougie.
I'm going to do it at the club that I work at. So like I know like we're good, like everything's going to be cool and taken care of. So I think I was just starting off on a really good like stress-free note. Like I was still stressed, obviously, you know me. Like I stress about everything. But I tried as much as possible to just be like, look, I'm going to see what happens on the day. Like, I'm just going to focus on having fun.
Yeah.
And I think for a long time, a reason that I was stressed about my birthday is because it was always during exam times, Christmas. So like half my friends were never able to come to my birthday. And I would say this is the first year that like everyone was there. And
Even
I was like,
last
fuck.
year.
Well, last year there was a couple of people that were missing still. So this year there was just like actually everyone there, and I didn't even plan it that way. I had initially been like, I'm just gonna do it with like my close friends, like maybe like 8 people, and like whoever wants to come comes.
It's always
and
like it's
suddenly it was,
always
like,
that way.
Add two, and then suddenly everyone's there and everyone's coming to the club. I was like, you know what? Like this is actually better because now I'm not getting disappointed because I'm starting off with the expectation that I just
0
have,
people are
that's
showing
it,
up.
that it's just me on my birthday, you know?
Yeah.
Like, look at that. We're more
You know what I
people.
found really interesting about what you did on your birthday? I feel like a lot of the time, me included in this, when it's my birthday, I still feel like it's not my day to choose what I want to do, but I'm still going to try and please everyone and do like certain things that I know all my friends are going to be okay with. Let's say if it's like choosing a club.
Yeah.
It's like even when you say, okay, guys, I'm planning on doing my birthday here. What do you think? It's like, bitch, it's your birthday.
Yeah.
You choose what you want to do.
Yeah.
But a lot of the times I always do this. I'm like, are we okay with this? What do we think of this restaurant? You know? And I was like, Veronica chose a place that, you know, our friends wouldn't necessarily choose. Like at first we're like, oh God, like we're going there.
Yeah.
But then like you realize it's really about who you're with and alcohol.
And alcohol.
It's good times, good vibes, alcohol, and it doesn't matter where you are. And great music. Honestly, I had my like preconceived notions of that place. Because you know, sometimes you're like, I used to go there a long time ago. I don't really go there. And then you kind of feel like you outgrew a place, but then you get drunk and you realize
This is exactly where I belong.
this is exactly where I belong. Fucking ratchets. Throwing nuggets at the end of the night. Who the fuck did I think I was? Better than everyone to be at this place. No,
100%.
let's sit in the corner.
100%. But yeah, no, I think this year I just had an idea of how I wanted my birthday to go, and I really wanted to choose something that was stress-free for me. So I wanted to go somewhere where I knew what was up.
Yeah.
And like I could have done the whole route of like choosing something that pleases everyone, which is something I usually would do. But I think everyone just kept telling me like, just do what you want to do and like go where you're gonna have fun. And I was like, you know what? Like I love the music where I work. Like I love everyone there. I want all my friends.
The music was so good.
So good. And like I know the vibes are gonna be good. Like I was just like, trust me, guys, you are gonna have a blast. And everybody trusted me, and we did end up having a blast. It was really fun.
Yeah, because you think about it, you're like, if I'm going for a birthday, I'm going to see this person, you know? So like, why would it matter where we are?
Yeah.
If you really think about it, if anything, because we were at a place that, we don't know anyone else, Veronica, you got the most attention.
100%. I really said, show's on me.
I remember there's signs that came out, best ass at MTL. What were some signs? Too old to be here.
Yeah, that's the only one that I chose.
I
was Too
loved
Old to Be
it.
Here.
It was so good.
But yeah, no, I really had a good time. And I think what made it such a good time is like having no expectations and just kind of being like, I'm going to do what I want to do and I'm going to have fun no matter what and no matter who's there. And kind of to contradict what I just said, but also like being with the people that I was with is like, we're a good group. And like knowing that I'm around good energy is like, we're going to have fun no matter where we go and we're going to make it fun. And like, that's what's going to be fun about the night is that I'm going to have everyone there and everyone's going to be on a good vibe. And like, I think that I'm the kind of person where
everyone was on a vibe.
Everyone was on a vibe because there are certain people where it's like their birthday, but you have to like convince them to drink. You know what I mean? And it's like, I'm there like, bitch, we're fucking going crazy. And I think
you in or no?
Exactly. And I think that energy just sets the tone for everybody. Like, well, I guess I'm joining. Like, I guess we're going crazy, you know?
I think you have that energy though, where people are kind of like drawn to you and they want to be friends with you. And they're just like, your vibration is so high that everyone just wants to be a part of something that's like fun.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, it's true. And who wants to show up to a birthday or be around people that you're convincing to drink or convincing? I think when everyone is on the same page, it's fun no matter where you are. So it was really fun.
Yeah. And I think it's just
happy you turned 26.
100%. Eh?
Like, whoa.
But you couldn't be 25 in this chair one more time.
Like, you don't get to have a birthday in December and have a year on all of us. Like, I'm turning 27. You just turned 26. Like, I'm 2 years older than you.
Technically not, but it feels that way. 100%
Yeah, it feels that way.
But yeah, no, I had a really good time. And, I think like from moving on from that, it's just like I've learned a lot of things about, having birthdays and having celebrations. And I've really found my groove and like having fun. And I also think it's because of working in clubs. Like I'm really comfortable in the environment of like being in the mix and having a lot of attention or like partying and like all those things. So I think it's just made me really comfortable. So I do have that personality.
You were a social butterfly. Look at you.
Look at me with the butterfly top.
I have a question. Do you ever look at your birthday like the year before and go, because a lot of people sometimes say that a new year really starts on your birthday. I know you're December, so you could start saying New Year's, whatever, New Year,
I have
new
all
me.
my holidays in 1 month.
But like, do you feel looking back, like, do you ever look back at your birthday last year and go, where was I then? Where am I now?
Yes. I mean, there's so many differences.
Okay, so let's talk about them a little bit.
For one, I was with my ex at the time, so it was very different. A lot of different people at my birthday. And it was also in COVID. It was like a private party. And I do remember, though, I had made a speech when we had spoken about this, but I did make a speech at my birthday saying, next year I'm going to be a millionaire and we're going to be doing this somewhere else. Not a millionaire. Sorry to disappoint. Maybe give me another year. You know what I mean? Like, there's still a lot of familiar faces on my birthday. I think just this birthday, I was in a whole different energy. And I think lately,
I noticed that.
Yeah, like I think lately I've just been in like
you just seem less on edge
element.
and more like flowy.
Yeah. So like I think that's also about the people that are around me, and like I'm really just in a place where like I'm like happy in every aspect of my life. So even when something that's happening that kind of stresses me out, like I'm just good, And I think that's the same thing to be said about my birthday. Like I've just been in like a vibe where it's like I have my friends, I know who's close to me. Like I'm not worrying about too many people that are like outside of the circle, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, this is what's up. Let's party and let's have a good time. And that's kind of the energy that I'm bringing into 2023 is like, if you're not fucking close to me, like I don't care about your opinion. I don't care about, whatever it is. Like I'm tired of thinking about what people think and just like, I just want to have fun. And that's what I want to do, and like that's kind of the energy and the vibe that I'm in recently. You know what I mean? And I think the people around me are also on that vibe. So that definitely makes a difference, because it's hard to be in a vibe when no one else is around you.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like you kind of all bounce off of each other.
Yeah.
So I think in our friend group, we're all going through these transition periods. Like you also got our relationship, like some of our other close friends got our relationship, and like, just like new jobs and new opportunities, and everybody's just been kind of glowing up. I would say like where we are right now, this birthday, I was kind of looking around the table. I'm like, wow, like everyone has something going for themselves. Like everyone, I feel like we're finally at this age where it's like, we're kind of like making money and like we got our job and we're doing what we like to do, or at least like pursuing certain things that we like. And, you know, like for each of my friends, like they have their own thing that they're just kind of working on. And
It's
it's
so
like
true.
a vibe.
It's weird to like look back and
Yeah.
actually look at our friends because it hasn't always been that way.
No.
It's
It's like
weird.
there's
We
always the
don't.
one
We
who's-
almost don't see the growth, but yeah, everyone is kind of like on their path and has been growing up.
Yeah. And like either like recently out of a relationship or in like a happy relationship
Yeah.
or like doing something that they like to do or like, you know, working a job that they like. So I think everyone's just in like a really good place. And I think that's another reason why
Yeah.
my birthday was good, you know? So that's just kind of the energy that I'm bringing. And
We love it.
I think it's also like, you know, you can also be the person to start that in your friend group. So like I said, everyone's just in a good place. But, you know, if you become that person, people will mirror that energy
Yes.
around you. So like if anybody listening, like you're in your friend group and like maybe it's kind of, you know, people are not so much in a good place or like not so much in a good vibe. If you become that way and you become positive, people will mirror that energy and become
Always.
positive,
Yeah.
you know? So
And I think it's also more achievable when you see like a friend doing something or in a happy relationship. You're like, okay, well, I'm really close to this person. I'm so happy for them. So you kind of see like the love that's being shared and you're like, you should never be like jealous about it, but just more like, wow, it exists. Like if my friend's able to have it, I'll have it.
Yeah.
Like even if you don't have it right now, that's with anything, job, relationship. It's just nice to see everyone growing up and our bottom roots still always being the fucking same.
oh, ratchet as ever. It's
Did
crazy.
you see one cup or shot glass
Nope.
at your birthday?
I think it's bottle only. Bottle. Somebody, my
So
sister was telling me
ratchet?
like, somebody asked me for a glass at one point, and I was like, "What the fuck, a glass? Like, we don't do that here, baby. It's bottle shots only."
And I only realize how ratchet we are when I leave the city and I go somewhere else and they're like, whoa, who's this chick drinking out of a bottle? Like I was doing that in Italy. I was doing that in literally everywhere. And
It's
they're
just-
like, okay, like
I'm not getting
where are your
drunk off
manners?
drinks, though. Like, I'm sorry. Like, put me the bottle shot in my mouth.
yeah. And the people who judge, like, sorry, you don't know how to have fun.
Well, it was just so funny because, like you said, you know, the club that I chose is very young. It's very like, you know, crazy.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, you know, like I don't want to go there. And I was like, guys, I want
music
you to know,
was great.
we were the most ratchet farmer rats, sewer rats to step foot into that club. Who do we think we were? The 26-year-olds classy? Absolutely not.
I
guys.
ran for those chicken nuggets.
We were disgusting. Like
Yeah.
I see videos and I'm like, we belong. We actually belong in this. Like we're disgusting. Like who did we think we were? Like it's honestly. But you know what? Like I think that's also another thing is like just being okay with the vibe of like just having fun, like accepting like we are ratchet and we're gonna have fun. Like
And like one day we're gonna be famous and we won't be able to act this way. So like enjoy it while it lasts.
I just think like in the past we've done a lot of like birthdays where we were at certain places and everybody was kind of like trying to be like proper and
Oh,
like
those
you know,
are
there's
the
people around
worst.
and like you know you're not gonna go full crazy, but it's like you know what, fuck it, bitch, I'm gonna black out and pass out.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Speaking of. You know,
Yes.
so today 26 minutes into the episode, we wanted to talk a bit about, you know, like that party vibe and like just like pet peeves when you're partying and just shit we do not like when you're partying.
Yeah, like you can absolutely have an amazing friend, love them, but then when it comes down to drinking, you're like, I don't feel like going out with them.
I don't want to go out with you.
I want to enjoy my night, and I know if I bring you, I'm taking care of you. You're getting too fucking smashed, and all of a sudden, my night became a work trip, like
A staff outing.
a staff outing. Like, where
There
is
is-
she? Who is she talking to? Is she drinking too much?
There
Starts
is
crying.
nothing
Like,
worse than a friend who doesn't know their limits. And like at this point, guys, look, we're 26. I could say that now. We're 26. You should know your limits. Like I
Yeah.
know when I'm drinking to die. I know, I'm aware. But I also know that when I drink to die, I'm walking myself on my own 2 feet to the bathroom to throw up and forget about my night.
yeah,
I'm not
like
the type
you
of
did
person.
this to yourself.
And I'm gonna take care of myself.
And I'm gonna take care of like my heart right now is still I'm having heart palpitations from Saturday night because there was actually no fucking I didn't have a drink. That was the problem. I was only taking shots. There was no like mixed with some cranberry, with some Red Bull. Like no, I'm
No.
having heart palpitations.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's 2 days later and I realized that growing up, you don't
you don't realize.
it takes time to recover. It's not like when I was 16 and I was ready to go the next day. I'm tired and my heart's hurting.
But yeah, like I just think at this point we kind of do know our limits. So when
Yeah.
you go out with a friend that really just not only blacks out,
Well, there's
but
different
knows that they're
types.
but knows that they're the type of person where they're blacking out and like they're leaning on the fact that their friend is gonna save their life.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what
yeah.
I fucking hate. Like you want to black out, you want to go crazy, no problem. But when you know that you're the type of person who blacks out and like it's on me now
Yeah.
to keep you alive and to keep you safe, like no, that's not allowed.
It's
You know
like,
what I mean?
yeah. So let's dive into all the different characters.
Well, first of all, what
yeah.
kind of drunk are you?
I mean, you tell me.
100%.
I think I'm a pretty happy drunk. I'm not really a crier. I'm really like a good vibe.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I get too much in my feels, but I also don't get wasted a lot.
Yeah.
Like I drink, I'll go out. People will think like I'm this. I think I'm just social. So people automatically assume every time I will go out, I will get drunk. But
Yeah.
I'm very selective on the days that I black out, which is
Yeah.
very rare.
Yeah. No, it is rare.
Yeah. I think I'm just a happy.
You're pretty much your personality. I would say you're like the
best.
like if you're sober and you're drunk, like you're probably like the annoying drunk.
Wait.
But like everyone's annoying when they're drunk, you know what I mean? You're like a hyena. Like you could get into
Yes.
that hyena mode, you know?
I'm
And if
definitely-
you're sober, it's like leave me alone. But if you're drunk, it's like we're hyenas together.
Yeah, but
You know
I
what mean?
also I'm really good with people who are really drunk around me, and even if I'm not, like I'll be able to like socialize. And
Yeah.
stuff. Like I don't. The thing with me is I don't need a drink to have fun.
have fun.
So even if I am socially drinking, like
Yeah.
I'm always just a vibe.
Yeah.
I
I would
got-
say
Give yourself one more compliment. I'm
Do you
just a
love yourself?
fucking vibe, guys.
I just, I love myself.
Do I love myself? Yes. I'm living
mean-
that. I have to love myself.
I would say that you're definitely like just your personality, but on steroids.
Yeah.
And like sloppy too, but everyone's a sloppy drunk. I'm
Yeah.
a fucking sloppy drunk.
No, I'm sloppy.
But we're like
clumsy.
clumsy. Yeah, I'm a clumsy drunk too. I would say I'm the same way. Like I'm really my personality. I'm a very happy drunk. Like,
Yeah.
I'm the type of drunk where I'll be like, I love you. Like you're the best person I ever met. Like
Yeah.
I will confess my love to you when I'm drunk. That's 100%.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever seen me in that situation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm very happy drunk though, but I will say there's like there's some we're coming up to a new year, and what better way to start the new year than with a fresh pair of balls?
I mean, if that's not the best way to enter in the new year,
100%.
I don't know what is.
You need some soft balls to be entering the new year.
Absolutely. New year, new world, new life.
Soft balls,
Soft-
new balls, maybe new balls.
You know what I mean?
You know?
And also by shaving your balls will look bigger and so will your dick.
You know what I mean? There's so many plus sides to this. And how are you going to do that, guys? You're going to do it with Manscaped because they are the best in below the waist grooming for men. So go check them out. They have everything that you need to have a soft pair of balls this new year because it's 2023. We don't have time for raggedy balls and hair in our mouth. We don't have time for that shit, okay? We want a soft pair of balls to play with.
Yes. And with that being said, we are also giving you guys a discount code. So Chemical X at checkout to receive 20% off. Wait, we're not just done there. And free shipping. So stop thinking about it and start shaving. Okay, guys? Women are going to like you more. It's just, there's only pros to this. There is no cons. So Chemical X at checkout for 20% off and free shipping.
I will say there's something about me when I'm drunk and I don't know why I'm like this, but when I'm like really drunk, like blackout drunk, I'll get in this mood where I'm like, I want to cry. And like something will happen that's like not even that deep, and I'll just like cry.
Yes, I've seen that.
Because I'm like over drama. I'm over dramatizing the situation, but like cause I want to cry. Like nothing that happened was that bad. I'm just like. But like that's very, very rare. Very rarely.
So I have a friend who she'll drink and she'll be so team us that like anyone who walks in, she doesn't appreciate, she doesn't like, she's gonna let you know. It's like sit in your corner, babe. Like we're social butterflies here. We're not you. But like it's only if you like it's weird. It's like a switch in her brain from
very
like drinking to like getting blackout. She's aggressive. Like you see it
Yeah.
in her eyes. She just becomes like a don't fuck with me and my friends. And like if I tell her something like, oh my God, like that that just happened. That's crazy. Like in her mind, it's like attack. Like she'll just do it. She won't think logically, which I think a lot of people don't think logically when they drink. But I think I still have that sense of like knowing, okay, you know, but some people will literally just like want to fight.
Well, everyone I would say is more aggressive when they're drunk for sure, because like your emotions are just heightened. And I could say like if somebody's aggressive with me and trying to fight with me, I'll definitely get heated very quickly when I'm drunk, but I'm not an aggressive drunk. And I actually think aggressive drunks are my least favorite drunk people because like that's the type of person that you're going out with them and like anything that happens you feel like I gotta go like hold back, you know what I mean? And especially like a girl is not so bad, but like a guy, like an aggressive guy.
Girls could be bad too, though.
No, don't get me wrong. Girls could be bad, but when you're with a guy that like wants to physically fight somebody every time, it's like, bro, sit the fuck down. Like they're getting a straw. They're not trying to fight you. Like, you know that type of person where if like they're walking past and like he bumps him, it's like, yo, bro, you trying to fight? Like, dude.
But like
we're in a club.
Stay home at that point and don't come out. I think there's nothing worse because I feel like whenever you go out with someone like that, automatically they are a representation of who you are. So no matter if you agree with what's going on or not, you're all of a sudden spun into this whole thing and it's so embarrassing. And then you have to start like babysitting and being like, okay, just let it go. Like, don't make it a big deal. It's like, I didn't come out to babysit. So like
control yourself
and hold yourself on your own.
Yeah.
And like, if we're going to start fighting because you bumped into someone, like, I just feel like it shows immaturity. And it's also like, can you not express yourself enough in words to just like have a conversation, even if you're pissed off about what happened, that it needs to get from 0 to 100 real quick? It's just like, it's old.
But it's also like you're in a club. People will 1000% spill a drink on you. They will 1000% bump into you, push you, shove you. There's so many things that happen in club.
You're putting yourself in that situation. So I'm sorry, like expect that you might have a nugget thrown in your head.
100%. Like you never know what's going to happen in club, but like expect that you're going in an environment that it's very fucking possible.
Yeah.
And don't be ready to beat somebody up and break their arm over the fact that they knocked you over and dropped their cranberry drink on you. Like that's just what's going to happen in a club.
So now you're in the club, you're dating somebody, and all of a sudden a guy comes up to you, okay? It's not your boyfriend. And he's like trying to hit on you. And he's like, what's your Instagram or what's your number? Like, I'd like to take you out. And what do?
I think it's super attractive when a guy can give me my space to handle my situations and will only step in if he sees that I need him to step in.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like for me, it's so attractive if a guy can just give me the space to be like, you know, talk to the guy, like, look, I have a boyfriend, like, no, thank you, like, whatever, like, just.
Well, it's just showing you don't trust your girl if you don't even give her the opportunity to be like, look, like, I have a boyfriend, like, you know.
Yeah.
It's that. And I think if anything, the guy or girl should be flattered that, you know, like someone else is interested in your partner and like you're going home with them. Like they're yours.
Yeah.
I think that's so hot. And I think that's another reason why I say like going out on dates with your partner is so important because it kind of just reminds you who you have.
Exactly.
You know, sometimes when you get so stuck on being at home, you forget like
that's your girl.
That's your girl.
You know? And I think the same goes for both sides, eh? Like personally for me, I like to give the space to somebody of like, I'm going to let you handle this situation on your own. I'm going to see how you handle the situation. You better handle it properly. But like, I don't feel the need to step in and be like, I'm the girlfriend. Like, no. Like handle your shit. Like, I like do what you got to do. Like I'll
be staring
I'll be watching, I'll be listening. But like if I feel like it's like, okay, calm down, like I'll swoop in and be like, hey, you know, like, hey babe, just let her know like I'm here, like chill.
Yeah. And I think as a girl, this is like free advertisement. Like I have to say there's something, and I don't know if this is going to come off really fucked up, but I love the idea of like, it's happened to me before where like I went on a date with a guy and like another guy would send me a shot, you know, and the guy I'm with would be like, who sent you that?
Yeah.
You know, or like, I'm trying to get another example. Or like the waitress will be like, hey, like, I'm not sure, like, are you guys together? Because like someone is just asking about you. Like little things like this. Like I remember I was in London and my friend was like talking to this guy. And when we went into the club, the girl, one of the hostess or something was like, who is this guy? I love your outfit. And he was literally going to see a performance of a guy who had brought him there. So
Yeah.
like just having that free paid advertisement is so good sometimes because
Yeah.
it creates that like not jealousy, but like
But a good jealousy.
a good jealousy. Just like
It's like a little.
it's just to remind you that
Yeah.
you are lucky that you have me.
Oh, 100%. And I actually like to get approached when I'm with my man. And I know it sounds crazy, but it's just like,
Know who you have.
it's just like, and look, I'm not saying everybody needs to be bowing down to me. And for the most part, when I am with a guy, people don't approach me because I think guys are a little bit more respectful in that way. I would say guys will wait till the guy you're with is gone to get a drink or gone to the bathroom, then they'll come. But a girl will come up to your man if you're fucking, it's actually crazy.
Wait, really?
Oh yeah, like I've seen
Okay,
it.
so I'm not like that, so I assume that girls don't
No.
really do it.
Girls will come up to a guy even if you're with him and flirt with them, and that's like, yo, what
Wait,
do I look
really?
invisible? Yeah. But I find guys are a little more like they'll wait for like their shot to like catch you alone, and like right when they catch you alone,
Yeah,
they'll
no,
go,
for
you
sure.
know?
Yes,
Yeah.
most of the time, but then there's like it's weird.
It's situational for sure.
And so
but,
let's say, for example, I go out with my gay best friend, it's like
Yeah.
they might have an idea that he might be gay, but at the same time, yeah, they're a bit more reserved, but they still
they still try.
try.
I know what you mean. Look, it's both, but I just like when I'm in a situation where it's like if I'm getting approached or my man is getting approached, it's like, yeah, like especially for my guy, it's like you're getting approached by a girl, like that's hot. And like I said, it's hot for me to watch you figure that situation out and navigate that situation.
No, it's hot for a girl to be like into him.
Yeah, and like that's mine. Like
Yeah.
see ya. I also like to like watch somebody handle a situation and like also come and be like, hey, like, you know what I mean? I kind of like that. And I also like that for me.
But I don't like when they come and it's like, oh, that girl, and they start talking shit. Like,
Oh,
oh, that girl
no.
was trying to like trust
like
me,
that.
as a girl, we're CSI agents. You don't need to tell us that a girl was trying to hit on you.
Yeah.
We know that she didn't even come up to you yet and she's staring at you. Like, we
Yeah.
know everything.
Yeah.
You don't need to come and validate and try and make us feel jealous. Like, we're already jealous, okay? We already saw. No stress.
And I also really like if like a guy will come up to me and talk to me and they don't see that like my boyfriend is around.
Yeah, that
and
happens.
like they'll talk to me and like I'll navigate the situation. But like, like let's say it's like they're really like trying with me. And like if your guy will come up to you and just be like, hey, like you good?
Yes.
That's
Even
like
as
the
a-
hottest thing.
Even as a girl,
yeah. It's
too.
just like, hey, you good? Like I'm not like, look, you good? And then it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, like you go with them. Like
But I
that's
think
like
for sure, when a guy does that, very hot, just marking his territory in a
And also,
classy
like,
way, not in a fighty way.
not in like an insecure, like, what the fuck, bro? You talking to my girl? Like, sit the fuck down.
Yeah, but I've
Sit
also
down.
seen girls who like will go up and be like, who are you?
Yeah.
Or like be really, I think even as a girl, you have to know that there's a way of doing it that's like, even for your partner, it's not attractive when you go in and you're like ready to
Yeah.
attack and fight a bitch.
But
some guys,
some guys,
yeah,
they love it.
they love a girl who will just
They're gonna talk to a girl just so you come in raging. It's crazy.
Anyway,
but that's
we-
something that guys like.
Yeah.
Like certain guys do love like a girl who's like ready to fight for them. It's fucking crazy. Guys like jealousy. Do we agree?
Yeah, because then they feel like they really have them.
Yeah. It's like guys like when a girl is jealous for them and a girl is protective because I feel like guys tend to just be more territorial by nature.
Yeah.
But like guys like to see when you're being territorial with them. Like they like to be like, you're like, what the fuck? Who the fuck is this girl? Like,
Yeah.
no. Like obviously, well, there's a certain limit.
Yeah.
But I would say like it's
Well,
to them,
because
it's kind of
guys
attractive.
get bored easily and a
Yeah.
little bit of spice never hurt nobody and it never hurt them. So
You know what I mean?
they like it.
But I think it is really flattering when somebody will come up to you. It's flattering for your partner and it's kind of like a fun, like, ooh, look, like other people want me. And the same thing goes for like if somebody would come up to your partner,
Yeah.
like you still feel that same like tweak of jealousy, but it almost makes you want to like grab them close. Like, this is mine.
Yeah.
Don't
What do we
touch.
want to say to anyone listening who's like, I would love to be like Alessia and Veronica, who's like, yeah, that's my man, but I'm actually feeling really insecure about it.
I mean, look, at the end of the day, like that's your man, like he's with you. And if you're feeling insecure to that point, maybe like assess your relationship, but you should be able to trust your partner that they're going to navigate that situation properly.
Yeah, and also think, why are you being insecure? Is it because of like things that have happened outside of this situation, or is it just because the girl's talking
Yeah.
to? Because if it's just because the girl's talking to him, like
You have
no
nothing to
stress,
worry
you're
about.
going home with him. Like
Exactly. He's
babe.
there with you. You're going home with him.
exactly.
And
if
like,
it's because you're feeling like this has already been going on, and you could just automatically assume that if you're not there,
Yeah.
things would have escalated more, then yeah, I hear you.
and I think in a relationship, you shouldn't have to stop somebody from doing something. So like, I shouldn't feel the need to stop my man from talking to a girl and taking it further. Like, I should feel the trust and like
that he's
knowledge
gonna
that he's gonna be like, look, I have a girlfriend, or whatever, however way he's gonna navigate the situation, he's gonna do it in a way that's respectful towards me and respectful to the relationship. If I'm with somebody that I don't have that trust in, I don't want to be with you. Like, why are you with somebody that you can't trust them to navigate their own situation? In that case, like, you have to be there to make sure they're gonna like reject the girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I feel like I've been there in a relationship where I felt like I was like a little bit more
had to be
mothering,
like-
and like I would always purposely go out even if I didn't want to go out, because I just felt like the trust wasn't fully there. So I felt like if I was there, then I was able to control it, whether that had to do with like drinking too much and getting out of control, because I feel like sometimes when you see your partner get out of control, you could be like, I swear when he's sober he's such a good person, and then when he drinks, like I can't trust him. Like, I don't know what he's gonna do. And it's not that I don't trust him, I don't trust him on alcohol. Or it's like, at the end of the day, you want to be with someone where they know their limits, they know their boundaries, and they're not gonna like overdo it.
Yeah.
You know, because I feel like a lot of the times I felt like my partner is a reflection of who I am, and I always felt like I needed to mother them to make them look kind of like they're good.
Yeah.
You know? And do you know how exhausting that is in a relationship, when you just have to make your partner look put together, and it's not a vibe.
And you know what? I totally get that, because that's something that in like a couple actually of my past relationships was always a big issue for me. Was I would always look, I'm somebody who likes to party, and I tend to attract people who, you know, like I tend to think like I want somebody who likes to party and likes to drink like I do, because I like to do that and I want to have a partner that I can do that with. But a lot of times I would end up with somebody who, yeah, liked to drink, but liked to drink to the point where they couldn't stand anymore, and liked to drink to the point where they would become like a different person, and I didn't like recognize them, and they were aggressive and mean and cruel, or like whatever it was, or like if you would drink, we would start fights, you know? And it was shit, because I felt like I either needed to be there to make sure like they were like try to control the situation, or I felt like if we're going out together, like you're not allowed to drink, or you're not allowed to drink too much. And I hated being
Do you know
that
how many times I've
person.
done that?
Do you know how many times I've done that?
No, I'd be like, well,
And I want you to know that
I'm
I
like,
hated
it'd be so hot if I can get wasted and you could take care of me
Yeah.
tonight. Like, why is it always you? Like, it's so selfish of you to always be like, I always have to take care of you. Like, I want to get wasted and you stay sober for once.
Yeah.
Be my man.
But the fact that I had to ask that is what bothered me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I'm somebody, guys, like I said, I love to party. I love to go out. I hated the fact that I had to say, you're not allowed to drink, and I'm going to drink all my, if I'm drinking, you're not allowed to drink.
Yeah.
Because
Why does
the
it have
reality-
to be like
Why
that?
does it have, why can't we just go out and both know our limits and both have a good time? And I have so much like PTSD from my past relationships where the person that I was with became a completely different person when they were drinking and couldn't control themselves. And I always felt like I either needed to be like, okay, like maybe you should stop drinking, or like, are you good? Like, please don't back out. Like, I remember like begging people to like not black out, because like I don't want to deal with this. Like, especially like on my birthday or on like a big event, like I would be like, can you please not do this? Like, just tonight, like, please do not, like, let me have my night, you know? And that's
Same thing.
something, it's fucking crazy. And I didn't realize how much it affected me, but just being able to be in a space where I don't need to worry about that. And like, you know, like I really, you know, that's something that's really important to me, is somebody who can just have fun with me.
And I feel like
And-
you're finding that now.
Yeah.
So it's nice.
Like, I just don't want to have to be in the situation again where we either can't drink together or we can't have fun together because you can't control yourself. Because at the
yeah.
end of the day, look, I do drink a lot, but I am somebody that I know my limits. I know when to have fun. I know when to stop. And I always am taking care of myself. And at the end of the day, though, it is nice to know that I have somebody to lean on. Let's say one night I get out, like I know somebody's going to be there to take care of me, but it's not happening all the time.
No,
and the
I
same way
know.
I'll do that for my partner. I also want to be able to trust and know that they're going to handle themselves. They're going to drink to have a good time, and they're not going to die every time.
I'd rather have someone in my life who is not a big drinker than to be
And that's
a
what I
crazy
realized.
wild person. It's like, yeah, you want the fun guy, you don't want the boring guy, but also get the guy who's like always drinking. It's like, it's not a stable life.
You
You're
realize
always
you
on
don't
your
want that.
toes. Like, I get it. Like, you're young. It's
want to
toxic.
go out, yeah.
It's fun. But when you grow up, you realize like the older you get, you're just like, like, all games aside, like, yeah, we're still gonna grow up, we're gonna get married, and we're gonna drink and stuff, but it's different. It's
Yeah.
not like we want the same things we wanted at the beginning. Now it's like, I don't care if I meet a guy who doesn't even drink. I don't care. I don't need to get drunk.
And
I don't
that's where
know.
like I've changed in my mindset. And
I love a man in a suit.
who doesn't?
I can talk about it for days. I just think they're just way more attractive when they're in a suit. They just look put together, even though we know they aren't.
Well, it could go sour real quick when they show up in their literally no suit that doesn't fit them. It's from 1991, boxy. Like, we don't have time for that. We
And
want
we
a
don't
man
love
in
a suit that like doesn't fit them right. Like it's just like floating. They're floating around.
100%. We can always tell when you didn't buy that suit for yourself. You
I'm
know?
like, when you're floating around in a suit, you're floating around in life, and we don't like that.
We don't like that. We don't like floaters. So, guys, you need to check out Izotti because you can get yourself a tailor-made, Italian-made bespoke suit, okay? Whatever you want, whatever size you want, you're going to put in your measurements and get yourself a super flattering, super nice suit right to your door.
Yes, my lady. And we're also giving you guys a discount code because, you know, we're just so generous here on the Chemical X podcast. So use our discount code Chemical X at checkout to receive 20% off. Happy shopping, guys. Get your man the suit he always needed.
Being in relationships like that and seeing people, personally, I don't like drunk people. Like, for the most part, there's like very few people that I actually like when they're drunk, because a lot of people become like the scary things that we were talking about.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm somebody that I'm pretty much the same when I'm drunk. So
Yeah.
when I see people become a different person, I'm like, whoa, like that scares me a lot.
What do you think it like means?
I mean, it just,
Is it like your inner like thoughts? Like
I
what
would say,
is
yeah.
it?
I mean, look, if you're aggressive every time you're drunk, like you need to unpack that. If you're crying every time you're drunk, you need to unpack that. Like it's something for sure, you know? Or if you get happy only when you're drunk, also unpack that. You know what I mean? But like for me, coming from past relationships where I would be with people that would literally become a different person when they were drinking, gave me so much fear when it comes to like someone new coming in the picture and kind of seeing them be drunk. Like, I just think it makes me so reserved, and I think like, how are you gonna be when you're drunk? And I know it's so fucked to think, and obviously everybody thinks based off their past experiences, but for me, I'm like, oh my god, like, are you gonna become like crazy or jealous or like starting fights or aggressive or like super mean? Like, I have that like
And
anxiety
it's weird
now.
because normally when you really see someone's personality like that, you're already like kind of dating them. And then it's like you like so many things about them. So it's like you almost chalk it up to, wait, am I going to break up with this person because I don't like the way they are when
they're
they drink?
I know, and it's
So you're like,
stupid.
okay, well, maybe if they can just control that a bit and I could be around for that, then these are all things that it's so much energy. You think it's like, it's so, you can handle it, but like, honestly, no.
But sometimes you don't even see it for a while. Like, I think sometimes it takes a while before somebody is like getting to that point where they're letting their true emotions out and like getting drunk and going crazy. And like that scares me, you know, just coming from a place where like that having happened. And I just, you know, it's so important to me to have somebody that like we can just go out and have fun, and I
Yeah.
don't need to worry about making sure that you're good. I don't need to worry about like making sure you don't black out. I don't need to worry about, you know, you starting a fight with me later, or like how this is gonna go, and like being on my tippy toes about like, oh my god, like is something gonna happen? Are you gonna get mad at me? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I do not want that, like 0%. And being able to
Stress-free.
let go of that and just like
Stress-free.
have a good time is the best thing that I've ever
Yeah,
experienced.
and I think when we had Nima on the podcast, okay, he was like, "What's a red flag for you?" And mine was so personal. I think it was really funny at that time, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Alessia, like, there's so many red flags for you. Why would you go ahead and say your one red flag was like someone with an addictive personality who's like either like drinks or has a drug, you know, problem?" Really comes down to that, because when I think of the whole entire like reasoning for an addiction, it explains like what I'm not looking for in a partner.
Yeah.
I'm someone, I never got addicted to drugs. I never got addicted to alcohol. So for me, naturally, I've always been attracted to people who are the opposite of me.
Yeah.
And now what I'm seeking in a partner and what I look for when I talk to someone is like, do they have that addictive personality?
Yeah.
And it's fine if you have that addictive personality. I'm not saying like we're not going to like match.
Yeah.
It's just more like, are you aware of it? And do you know how to control yourself and stop yourself if you do have this addiction? I think it's fine to have an addiction and to be aware of it enough to like stop it. You know, some people don't have addictive personalities. They could do things once and then that's it.
Yeah.
You know, but some people don't. And I think now moving forward, I think it's so hot to speak with people who don't have any kind of addiction. It's like,
I think it definitely comes from like a personal.
oh, it's definitely a personal thing, but I think you always think like, do I see this person being the father of my kids? And it's like, well, do I want to wake up and like I can't leave to go do something because my husband is like on the couch passed out drunk, not taking care of the kids? Like, if I'm looking for a partner, a husband, then these are things that are a very big red flag to me. I think when you're disciplined with like knowing when to stop, you're disciplined in a lot of places in your life. When you don't know how to stop drinking, I tend to think like you're not really disciplined in the rest of your life. Because, for example, for me, it's like I think about drinking and then I'm like, oh, wow, like this is not only fucking up today, it's fucking up tomorrow. I had all these things planned about what I had to do for the podcast, for example. Then I'm like, fuck, I'm behind a day, you know? So someone who's disciplined knows that they're going to do that and what what's going to happen afterwards. So they're going to stop themselves, you know? But anyway, I guess, yeah, so that's really important.
Well, actually, speaking of that, I saw a video on TikTok and I thought it was amazing.
Yeah.
And basically what the guy was saying is like how to know, like what's the deciding factor if you can trust a man or not. And what he was talking about is that it's actually discipline, because somebody who has discipline is able to discipline themselves on things that bring them pleasure. So whether it's like playing video games, whether it's like, let's say, watching porn, or like gambling, or drinking, doing drugs. When somebody has discipline, they know when to be like, okay, obviously I want to go out and drink, but I know I shouldn't be doing this because of XYZ reason.
Yeah.
So they have that discipline to be able to make the decision. And like, even though it might be fun to do this and it might bring me pleasure, I'm still not going to do it because I know what the repercussions are going to be.
Yeah, it's like drinking when you're drinking is fun. You want to keep going, but it's also like knowing when to stop.
Yeah.
Same thing.
And like the idea of having discipline when it comes to pleasure is so important when it comes to being able to trust your partner, because basically what he was saying is like that same person who's not going to have discipline when it comes to like drinking, going out, partying, which are all the same thing, but you know, gambling, whatever it is that brings them pleasure, if they can't discipline themselves and are like, don't care about the repercussions and are always just like, okay, fine, let's go out. Okay, fine, let's go out. Okay, let's drink more, whatever. If they don't have that discipline, then the same thing's going to happen when they get a girl in their DMs or a girl comes up to them, because they don't know how to say no to things that make them feel good, even though there's repercussions.
Absolutely.
So when they get the girl in their DMs, obviously everybody likes to be hit up. Everybody likes to get attention. Every guy is going to want to get attention from a girl, and they like that regardless if they love you or not. They still like that attention. So a guy who can't
it's letting them know that they still got it.
Yeah.
Like,
so a guy who can't discipline himself when it comes to other pleasure and other aspects of his life will be less likely to discipline himself when it also comes with other women in the picture, because obviously sex, women, all those things are like a form of receiving pleasure, you know? So for me, I was like, that's so fucking true, because the people that I've trusted the most were people that have had discipline in other aspects of their life and were able to be like, okay, I'm going to put a stop to this because I know that it's not good for me, or I know there's repercussions, or like, I know that it's probably not a good idea that I do this. I always trust those people 10 times more than somebody who isn't able to have discipline, because regardless of I trust you or not, I know you're not going to cheat on me, there's still that little seed of doubt, like you can't control yourself in certain situations. And that's like, would that maybe happen when you're presented with an opportunity that will bring you pleasure?
And I agree 100% with that. And I think my way of normally explaining that to people is like date older. And like I never explain why, but it's 100% that, because I feel like sometimes when you talk to older guys, even if they were in the past like crazy and they drank a lot, I feel like the older men get, they like mature more and they're more just like, you know, comfortable in who they are. They've been approached by girls. Look, it's always nice at whatever age, but I think they're just more in tune with who they are, what they do, and that's
what they need and want.
What they need and want, you know? So that's I think another reason. I'm not saying like 20 years older. I'm just saying a little bit older where, you know, they've kind of done the partying. Yeah. And I'm not saying some people who party all all their life, they get over it when they're 40. But I'm just saying majority of people, like even I see myself now, I'm like, I don't party now the way I did when I was fucking
You
20.
have more discipline.
I literally don't ever club really anymore, you know? So it's like I could imagine a guy who's done it their whole life and is like in their 30s, mid 30s, like it's whatever to them, you know? So yeah.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And I thought it was really interesting because it's something that I never actually put the thought behind. And it's like, you know what? For me now looking at it, I'm like, wow, trusting someone has so much to do with discipline when it comes to a relationship. It's like, if I know that you can say no to things that you like, you're also going to say no to that girl that's in your DMs because you know you have something better and you have somebody who loves you and that you love them. You're able to make that decision. But a guy who isn't able to say no to things that pleases him, he's just going to take every opportunity because he doesn't know how to discipline himself. And I thought it was so fucking interesting when I read that. So
it's just so true. Anyway, to chalk it all up, if you're that person who gets fucking shit-faced and they know they're the problem, then give your friends a couple of nights off and say, I'm going to stay in, enjoy your night. I don't want you to take care of it. Just take them into consideration because they're not going to tell you no. They're going to tell you to come out because we're 100%. Nice, you know? But then
look, on your birthday, do what you want. It's your day. On your birthday, black the fuck out, pass out, let all your friends take care of you. But I think it's fine if it's
occasional. I think if every time people have to stop themselves for you.
Well, there is friends that I go out with them and I have fear, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I fear.
Yeah. You see their eyes just change and you're like, it's a different. Well, there's some people that are aggressive, some people who cry. I don't know what's worse to deal with. But you know what's worse?
So I was going to say there's also another type of drunk where it's like the person who just leaves without saying bye.
Oh, yeah.
And like sometimes you catch them as they're leaving. You're like, sorry, where are you going? And they're like, like, it's like, bro, what the fuck? Especially when it's somebody you came with and like suddenly your lift is gone. Like, excuse me. They call you from the car. Yeah, hey, by the way, I left. No. But the worst person is that person combined with the person who can't control themselves. Because not only can they not control themselves, but now they left and you have no idea where they went. Because they just... Free bird went off
you
on
can get mad at them all you want. They don't give a fuck.
And they don't know where you are. No. And like you have to worry until like 4 p.m. the next day when they wake up and turn on their phone and find their phone to be like, hey, yeah, I'm home. Yeah, I took an Uber
and
finally.
It's like you can't laugh. Like you don't know what you did to me. And it's like, I'm sorry that you're just all good living in your delusional world, but I was worried I didn't sleep.
Well, do you know how many times that my friends have been so fucked up and I took care of them? I had the worst night of my life for them.
They wake up, they go, hey, what happened last night? You don't get the right. You don't have the right
to say sorry. Excuse me? Don't come here with, ha, that was crazy. No, it's not fucking crazy. Shut the fuck up and get back in your corner. I don't want to hear from you for the next 3 business days. It pisses me off so much when somebody does that, when they like what? I didn't just hold your hair all night while you were puking. No, wake up and say sorry. Feel guilty, bitch. You don't get to wake up and have a good time. Absolutely not. Absolutely.
Anyway, guys, I guess what we're trying to say is we're fucking mature, okay? And we want mature men only. And we're taking non-drinkers here on the podcast. No, in all seriousness, it's fun to be with someone who likes a drink. You
100%.
You want to be with somebody who knows when to take their last drink
100%.
and not be like me this weekend.
Exactly.
Just take care of me. Be there for me.
100%. But yeah, no, guys, I think it's just about having discipline and knowing your limits. And if you are that person that can't control themselves, then like, man, let's unpack that.
Stay home.
Stay home. Figure it out. Call a therapist. There's something going on.
Yeah.
There. You know
Thank you guys so much for watching. For listening to what episode are we even on?
125.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
126.
125.
I just edited 125 and that was the Christmas one.
You're right.
I know. Right. A couple of episodes I get the you're right on this video, guys.
Well, at least this is at the end of the podcast. Nobody's gonna get here. Thank you so much, guys. Like usual, don't forget to like, subscribe, and please leave us a comment down below, especially if you made it this far. We love you so much, and thank you so much this year for supporting us in all these episodes. Another year in the books of Chemical X, and next year is gonna be better than ever.
Yep. So, I think we're going on 3 years.
Yeah.
Wild.
Crazy.
I love you guys.